So my next question is another staple of the Profitable Christian Business Podcast, and that is our secret question. What is the secret in seeing revival come?
Second Chronicles 7:14. It's the recipe. In fact, the subtitle is the biblical blueprint for igniting a nation's soul. You can't do it without this. And it's very simple. Solomon had just dedicated the new temple, and God said, basically, hey, when everything goes awry and you find yourself in a problem, here's the answer. And he said, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, pray, seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, forgive their sin, and heal their land. It is an if then. Revival is dependent upon the people. God always wants revival, but nothing would thrill God more than to have his people be in a place where they are in position to receive the thriving of revival that he wants to bring. And it's interesting because when you say it's conditional, people some Christians, particularly from theological perspectives, they try to, argue with you on that. But there are a lot of those if-then statements. That was for the nation of Israel. I think the principle is true for Christians as well in the Christian church. But in Revelation chapter 3, where Jesus is talking to one of the churches there, he says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone will open the door, then I will come in and eat with him and he with me." Jesus doesn't bang the door down. He doesn't, call the FBI and, slam the door open and come in. And I think that that's really important is that we need to understand that if we want to see revival, Jesus or God said, "Draw near to me and I will draw near to you." Um, the prodigal son, the story of the prodigal son, he had to come home. The father of the prodigal son didn't go out. Now there's other biblical passages, the lost sheep and
Mhm.
some of those as well that you have to take into context. But I just think that right now we're in a place where God is saying, "Will you humble yourself? Will you pray? Will you seek my face? Will you turn from your wicked ways?" And frankly, here's the problem. 99% of all of our churches, if you threw a barbecue, you'd have half the church show up. If you threw a prayer meeting, you'd have less than 5% of the church show up. And that demonstrates the problem is we are not a praying people. We're not a repentant people. We're not a people that seeks God's face. We seek God's gifts, but we don't seek God's face. And so I just think it starts with us, and it starts with us determining to turn our lives back over to God.
Yeah, I totally agree.